Hi, good morning. I'm Julia Royston of BK Royston Publishing, Royal Media and Publishing, and the author community, the book business bosses, helping you get your message to the masses and turn your words into wealth. Now, one, I say that all the time, but I did want to point out to you that the book business bosses is actually a community that you can join. It is a membership group that is available for authors, whether I've published you or you have self-published on your own or you're traditionally published, and you wish to have a community so that you can take your book to the next level. You have a community of people who will not only advise you, encourage you, and empower you to take your book to the next level. I know that there are a lot of Facebook groups online, but combine the efforts of the experience of others to take your book to the next level. So go to bookbusinessbosses.com. That's bookbusinessbosses.com to find out more. The authors, tag them, and share that with them. Good morning. Good morning. Share that with them. Bookbusinessbosses.com is a wonderful community of authors to be able to take their book to the next level. So again, I'm Julia Royston, and good morning. It's something that happened to me. It happened to me, and I don't talk about difficult clients. I don't rant or vent on social media. So this is not about anybody specifically, but this was a time that God checked me. This is all about getting myself in order and getting myself together as a business owner, entrepreneur. As you know, I've been in business 12 years, and I've been publishing, I've been writing, I've been coaching, I've been helping other people write. But I have had way more, let me just also say, I have had way more delightful clients than I've ever had difficult ones. Every now and then I have a difficult client. And that's fine. That's just par for the course. My job is to take my expertise and satisfy the client. That's number one. That's always number one with me. But this one time, I did not let the client know that. I did not post anything on social media. I never will. But this time, because we're headed into fourth quarter, I just want to encourage a business owner, an entrepreneur, somebody having frustrations in their career. Even if you're having frustrations in your life, you're at a crossroads. Um, the title today is Don't Let Your Feelings Mess Up Your Money. And you're wondering, I know you're wondering, who told you that and why did you even title it that? But who told me that was God. God whispered to my ear, or yelled it in my ear, really. Don't let your feelings mess up your money. So get yourself it together. Check yourself. That old song, check yourself before you wreck yourself. Check yourself. This is business here. It's not personal. Get your feelings aside. You have a right to have them. You have a right to express them. Find a safe place to vent. But number one, check yourself before you wreck yourself. Uh, your feelings are a real place. Your feelings are something that should be had. If your feelings are too far to the left or the right and you can't get them in check, there are professionals to help you do that. I have had professionals on who are professional therapists, licensed therapists, minority, diverse men and women therapists who are there to help you with those feelings and emotions. So you have a right to them, but you have a right to make sure that they're in check so that you don't wreck yourself. So don't let your feelings mess up your money. So number one, God checked me. Number two, the feelings are real and they come from God. He allowed you to have them. Anger, frustration, all of that is definitely the way you are supposed to have them. But you have to understand also the time and season that you're in. The season that we're in right now, there's a global pandemic, a social unrest. We're in the middle of election. We're in the middle. I mean, there's so many things that are going on right now that could cause you to go from the left to the right. But on a daily basis, sometimes you have to bring your own self to calm, bring your own self in check. before you're able to face the world. So understand the season that we're living in, and then understand the season that you're in. Understand where your priorities are, and what your goals, dreams, and objectives. In business, the fourth quarter is really the most important. That's where you're closing out your year, where you're being able to critically analyze what we did happen, what we did want to happen, what actually did happen, and why that happened. So as we continue to move closer to the end of the year, no matter when you're listening to this, whether you're closing out the end of a month, or you closing out the end of a week, or you're closing out the end of a day, understand that there's sometimes you're going to have to stop, pause, and understand that the season that you're in. So are you in a critical season with young children, small children that you're trying to raise and get through elementary school? Or do you have college age? You have the empty nest syndromes. Everything is different in each season. It's each time. So your feelings can change. Your feelings adjust depending on the season that you're in. But don't let it mess up your money. And let me just take it to the next level. Don't let it mess up your career. Don't let it mess up your life. Because you've got to make sure that you're making a critical evaluation. Good morning to everyone. Thank you for sharing. Thank you for joining me today. So we're talking about don't let your feelings mess up your money. God had to check me. Get your feelings in check, little girl. Get yourself together, because we have a lot more to do. We have a lot more to accomplish. And before you go to the next level, you've got to make sure that you realize and understand who you are, who you serve, what you're about to do, and that you're walking closer into more of your purpose and then ultimately your destiny. So you've got to get those feelings in check. You've got to get that taken care of. And God is clearly in my business. Oh yeah, he's all up in my business. Hello, good morning. Hey, cousin. And he's clearly all up in my business, because he doesn't want me to wreck myself. He wants me to continue to flow. He's got a plan. He's got a purpose for my life. But my feelings have to be in a check. And yes, you do have to have that good girlfriend that you call and say, guess what happened? Help me with this. Help me get, my husband helps me with that. My other family members that are close associates, confidants. Be sure and have those people in your life that you can say, help. Okay, I'm overwhelmed. And if necessary, a professional to go schedule an appointment. I got to go check myself in. Hello, I need an appointment with a therapist. There's no harm in that. There's no shame in that, because you don't want your whole life destroyed because you could not humble yourself. You could not discipline yourself and bring yourself, check yourself in. It's like having any other ailment. If you have a broke leg, if you have a broke arm, you need assistance. Sometimes you need the professional. It's not a matter of just put a Band-Aid on there. You may need to go to the hospital. You may need the emergency room. You may need surgery. So my encouragement for you today, don't let your feelings mess up your money. Don't let your feelings mess up your life. Don't let your feelings mess up your career. Check yourself before you wreck yourself. As we head into the end of the year, and we've had a lot go on. I mean, things that, have never happened before, hundreds of years, whatever they talk about, 1800, whatever. In recent history, we have seen things, we have heard things, we have felt things that we haven't experienced and seen in a long time. So therefore, sometimes we do have to have a professional. Sometimes we do have to help with this. Sometimes we will have to have somebody else help us get through it. Not just pray us through it, but talk us through it professionally, so that we can get everything in a proper alignment and proper emotions. So that we can continue to move forward and prosper and be in good health, as the scripture tells us, even as our soul prospers. Will, mind, and emotions. The soul is the will, the mind, and emotions, so that we can have that all in correct and in check, so that we can move forward and be our best selves. And as I always say, live your best life. so that you can be your best self in business, your best self in your career. In being your best self to your family and friends is exactly what God came for you to live, that abundant life, overflowing to the full, but in balance. Your feelings, your money, everything in health, even as your soul is prospering. So I trust that that helps you today, and that you get the help that you need. So speaking of help that you need, on tomorrow, September 28th, as we prepare emotionally for the holidays. I have Miss Brittany Johnson, who's going to be joining me on September 28th at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, right here on Facebook Live. So tune in tomorrow at 7 as we really talk about navigating those feelings and emotions, and some things and tips from a professional. She's a certified licensed therapist and counselor. She's going to tell you how to connect with her, how to be, get the help you need as we move into the holidays. The fourth quarter is complicated. And then also on October 3rd, 2020, at 11 a.m. to 1:30, if you're in business and you do not have an online store, you need one. If you do not have an online presence, if you have designed something, made something, you have something to sell, and you do not have an online store, you need an online store. So I am hosting a class on October 3rd from 11 a.m. to 1:30 p.m. that is designed specifically for you to be able to create, upload, and have your own online store. Send a link, and all your crafts, all your made t-shirts and merchandise is all there. Your book, your journal, everything is there for you to be able to sell. So register at bkroystonpublishing.com/classes. There is S on there. Classes. And be sure and register for that. It's just $49, but you're going to make that more than enough over and over. It is a 2.5-hour class, and it will have the ability at the end, you will have your online store up and running. Now, you'll be adding more products and services over time to that store, but be sure to go to BK Royston Publishing and click on classes and register. I have 2 opportunities. It's going to be October 3rd and then again on October 12th. So you'll have an online store to promote all over social media, everywhere you are, when you're interviewed online, when you post to your email list, when you ask friends and family, how do I get that book? How do I get that t-shirt? How do I get that information? You will have a link to your online store. That's our goal. And then also, I have a lot of announcements today. On October 5th, the virtual book fair, where I have authors. You'll see the flyer in my Facebook header and cover on Facebook of the authors that are going to be presenting on October 5th. If you are an author who would like to be a part of my virtual book fairs, I have 2 more coming up in November 7th and December 9th. So reach out to me if you're interested in that. Go to talkwithroyston.com or just send me an email at bkroystonpublishing@gmail.com. So reach out to me. I have a lot going on in fourth quarter. It is a push, to get information out there, helping people prepare for 2021. No, we don't have a clue what is going to happen in 2021. 2020 was over the top and doing its thing. Wow. Taking it to the next level. Thank you so much, sir. I appreciate that. Thank you so much for that. Shout out, Mr. Alexander Morris, one of the best in the music business. He's with the Four Tops, and he is the new lead singer of the Four Tops. So follow him for some upcoming wonderful music that is going to be headed out. So thank you so much for that compliment and that recommendation and referral. Thank you so much, sir. So I have a lot going on in fourth quarter, and I'm super excited for all that's going on with everybody. I can really tell that some people have really pushed hard and still on their grind. We're all on our grind, and I really want to encourage you to continue to move forward, to do what you do what you're called to do, and then step out of your comfort zone too as well. But don't let your feelings mess up your money. Don't let your feelings mess up your career. Don't let your feelings, what you get them in check. Get a professional if necessary, so that your feelings don't mess up your money. Coming up next, stay tuned with me. Head on over to envision-radio.com, where my guest is Miss Shelly Machette, 70 Ways to Be Happy. And so I'm trying to keep you emotionally lifted, empowered, spiritually ready to go, so that your mind, body, and spirit is prepared for fourth quarter on into the next upcoming year. My mind is already moving into 2021. So join us at envision-radio.com at 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, where my guest is Miss Shelly Machette, who is going to be talking about 70 Ways to Happy in her new book. And then stay tuned, don't go anywhere. Keep it right there. Put it on your phone, put it on your tablet, put it on your computer. Stay right there on envision-radio.com with the Emmy-winning comedian, actress, author, businesswoman, Miss Cheryl Underwood, with Spiritual Nourishment from 11 a.m. to 3 p.m. So stay tuned. Move on over to Envision-Radio. If you're ready to write your book, if you're ready for us to have a conversation, you're ready to get your book done by the end of the year, be sure and reach out to me, talkwithroyston.com. That's talkwithroyston.com, and schedule that appointment, and let's have a conversation. Talkwithroyston.com is my calendar. It's on the Eastern time zone, so be sure to adjust. If you're on Central or Mountain or out there on the West Coast Pacific time zone, be sure and make the adjustments for that on the calendar and the date. I'm ready to move forward to help you get your message to the masses and turn your words into wealth and be a book business boss. I'm Julia Royston. Be blessed and have an awesome rest of the day.